A life remembered. The passing of James Irsay. The National Football League and the city of Indianapolis are in mourning. James "Jim" Irsay, the vibrant and dedicated owner of the Indianapolis Colts, passed away on May 21, 2025. He was 65 years old. His death marks the end of an influential era in professional football. Irsay was not just a team owner, he was a prominent figure whose passion for the game was undeniable. He guided the Colts franchise for nearly 3 decades with a unique blend of business acumen and heartfelt enthusiasm. His presence will be deeply missed by players, fans, and the wider NFL community. Jim Irsay's journey in the NFL was remarkable, starting from a young age. He inherited the principal ownership of the Colts in 1997. This made him the youngest team owner in the league at that time, a significant milestone. He was only 37 years old. Under his leadership, the Colts experienced a period of extraordinary success. This included multiple division titles and a coveted Super Bowl victory. His commitment to building a winning team was evident in every decision he made for the franchise. He understood the game's traditions, but was not afraid to make bold moves. Beyond his role with the Colts, Irsay was known for his diverse interests. He was a collector of historic memorabilia and a passionate music lover. His philanthropy, particularly in the area of mental health awareness, touched many lives. He used his platform and resources to advocate for important causes. This showed a depth to his character that extended far beyond the football field. His efforts made a tangible difference in the lives of many individuals and communities. He believed in giving back, and he did so generously. This essay seeks to remember the life and contributions of James Irsay. We will explore his early life and his path to NFL ownership. We will look at his significant achievements with the Indianapolis Colts. We will also highlight his important work in philanthropy and his principled stances within the league. His story is one of dedication, passion, and a lasting impact on both the sport he loved and the community he served. His legacy is multifaceted and deserves to be remembered with respect and admiration for all he accomplished. The early chapter's family roots and formative years. James Irsay was born on June 13, 1959 in Lincolnwood, Illinois. He was the son of Robert and Harriet Irsay. His father, Robert, was a self-made man. Robert built a highly successful heating and air conditioning business. This business acumen would later play a role in the family's involvement with the NFL. Robert Irsay's company amassed a significant fortune, reportedly over $150 million. This financial success provided the foundation for future ventures, including the acquisition of a professional football team. Young Jim grew up in an environment where business and ambition were prominent themes. The Irsay family background was a mix of cultures. Robert Irsay was of Hungarian Jewish descent. Harriet Irsay, née Pogorzelski, was of Polish Catholic descent. Jim was raised in the Catholic faith. He reportedly learned about his father's Jewish heritage when he was 14 years old. This blend of backgrounds likely contributed to his broad perspective on life. Family life for Jim also included dealing with tragedy and unique circumstances. He had 2 siblings, a brother Thomas, and a sister Roberta. These early family experiences undoubtedly shaped his character and resilience. Tragically, Jim experienced loss early in his life. His sister, Roberta Irsay, died in a car accident in 1971. This was a difficult period for the family. His brother, Thomas Irsay, was born with a mental disability. Thomas lived until 1999. These personal experiences with loss and family challenges may have influenced Jim's later philanthropic focus, particularly concerning mental health. He understood personal struggle and the importance of support systems. These early life events often leave indelible marks on a person's worldview and their empathy towards others. His father, Robert Irsay, made a pivotal decision in 1972. He acquired the Baltimore Colts for $12 million. Jim was only 12 years old at the time. This acquisition thrust the Irsay family directly into the world of professional football. Young Jim began to spend time around the team. He served in various informal roles, such as a ball boy. He also helped in the ticket office. These early experiences provided him with a ground-level view of how an NFL team operated. It was an immersive introduction to the sport that would become his life's passion. Educational pursuits and early football immersion. Jim Irsay's formal education took him through several respected institutions. He attended Loyola Academy in Wilmette, Illinois, for part of his high school years. He later attended and graduated from Mercersburg Academy in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania in 1978. Mercersburg is a well-known preparatory school. These institutions provided him with a solid academic foundation. They also likely helped develop his leadership skills and discipline. His time in these schools prepared him for university and his future career. He was building a base of knowledge and experience. After completing high school, Irsay pursued higher education at Southern Methodist University SMU in Dallas, Texas. He enrolled in their broadcast journalism program. This choice perhaps indicated an early interest in media and communication, skills that would prove valuable later in his career as an NFL owner. He graduated from SMU in 1982 with a Bachelor of Arts degree. His university years were not solely focused on academics. He also continued to nurture his passion for football, a passion that had been ignited during his youth around the Baltimore Colts. While at SMU, Jim Irsay was a member of the Mustangs football team. He played as a walk-on linebacker. This hands-on experience, even if not resulting in a professional playing career, gave him an intimate understanding of the game. He knew the dedication, hard work, and physical toll involved in playing football at a high level. Unfortunately, an ankle injury cut his playing career short. However, this experience as a player provided him with valuable insights. It helped him connect with athletes on a different level throughout his career as an owner and general manager. Beyond football, Irsay engaged in other athletic activities during his younger years. He was involved in boxing, a sport known for its discipline and toughness. He also enjoyed golf, a game of strategy and precision. Weightlifting was another pursuit, indicating a commitment to physical fitness. These varied athletic interests demonstrate a competitive spirit and a love for sport in general. They contributed to a well-rounded athletic background. This background complemented his later professional involvement in the high-stakes world of the National Football League. Climbing the ladder: Irsay's ascent within the Colts organization. Upon graduating from Southern Methodist University in 1982, Jim Irsay immediately joined the professional staff of the Colts. His father, Robert Irsay, owned the team, which was still based in Baltimore at that time. Jim's first official role was in the personnel department. This was a crucial area of any football organization. It involved identifying and evaluating talent. His initial focus was on college scouting and film analysis. These tasks required a keen eye for potential and a deep understanding of football fundamentals. He was learning the business from the ground up. Irsay dedicated himself to learning the intricacies of NFL operations. His work in scouting involved countless hours watching game film. He traveled to assess college prospects. This early immersion provided him with a comprehensive understanding of player evaluation. It was a critical skill set for anyone aspiring to lead a football team. The Colts franchise itself was undergoing a significant transition during this period. In a highly controversial move, Robert Irsay relocated the team from Baltimore to Indianapolis in the middle of the night in March 1984. This decision reshaped the team's future and Jim's career path. Shortly after the move to Indianapolis in 1984, Jim Irsay was appointed as the team's general manager. He was only 24 years old at the time. This made him the youngest general manager in NFL history. It was a remarkable ascent, and a significant responsibility for someone so young. As GM, he was tasked with building the team's roster and overseeing football operations. This role required him to make critical decisions about players, coaches, and the overall direction of the team. He was learning on the job, under the watchful eye of his father and the NFL world. In 1995, Robert Irsay suffered a debilitating stroke. This unfortunate event led to Jim taking on even more responsibility within the Colts organization. He assumed day-to-day management of the team. His title became Senior Executive Vice President, General Manager, and Chief Operating Officer. He was effectively running the team. This period tested his leadership skills and his ability to manage a complex organization during a challenging time. He was preparing for the ultimate role he would soon inherit, that of principal owner. His father's declining health meant Jim had to step up significantly. Section 5, A New Era, Becoming the NFL's Youngest Team Owner. The transition to principal owner for Jim Irsay was not a simple one. Following his father, Robert Irsay's death in January 1997, a legal dispute over the team's ownership arose. Jim had to navigate this challenging situation to secure his position as the rightful successor. The legal battle involved his stepmother, but ultimately, Jim Irsay prevailed. He officially became the principal owner chairman and CEO of the Indianapolis Colts in 1997. This marked a new chapter for both Irsay and the franchise he was now fully leading. The responsibility was immense. At the age of 37, Jim Irsay became the youngest owner in the National Football League. This distinction brought both attention and pressure. He was stepping into a role typically held by individuals with decades more experience. However, Irsay had been deeply involved with the Colts for 15 years. He had served in various capacities from personnel to general manager. This extensive experience provided him with a unique understanding of the organization. He was not an outsider taking over, he was someone who had grown with the team. His youth brought a fresh perspective to NFL ownership. Taking full control of an NFL franchise presented immediate challenges. The Colts had experienced periods of struggle. Irsay's vision was to build a consistent winner. He wanted to create a team that the city of Indianapolis could be proud of. This required making tough decisions about personnel, strategy, and the overall culture of the organization. He understood that success in the NFL was not guaranteed. It demanded relentless effort, smart choices, and a bit of luck. He was determined to bring a championship to Indianapolis. His passion for the team was a driving force. Owning an NFL team is a unique position. It blends business, sport, and community leadership. Irsay embraced all these aspects. He knew the team represented more than just a business entity. It was a source of civic pride and a unifying force for fans. He was not just the owner, he was the custodian of a public trust. His decisions would impact the lives of players, coaches, staff, and the entire fan base. He approached this responsibility with a deep sense of commitment. His goal was to elevate the Colts to the highest echelons of the league. Section 6. Forging a Dynasty, the Colts' Golden Age under Irsay. Under Jim Irsay's ownership, which began in earnest in 1997, the Indianapolis Colts entered a period of unprecedented success. The numbers speak for themselves. By the time of his passing, the Colts had achieved 258 wins during his tenure. This remarkable record ranked as the fourth most in the entire NFL over that period. The team consistently performed at a high level. They secured 10 division titles, demonstrating their dominance within their division. Furthermore, the Colts made 18 playoff appearances under his leadership, a testament to their sustained excellence and competitiveness year after year. The pinnacle of this success came with 2 Super Bowl appearances. The Colts reached the NFL's championship game, a dream for every team owner. In February 2007, the Indianapolis Colts, led by coach Tony Dungy and quarterback Peyton Manning, defeated the Chicago Bears to win Super Bowl XL1. This victory brought the Lombardi Trophy to Indianapolis for the first time. It was a monumental achievement for Irsay, the team, and the city. The championship fulfilled a long-held ambition and solidified the Colts' place among the NFL's elite franchises. It was a moment of immense pride. Jim Irsay had the privilege of working with numerous Pro Football Hall of Famers during his tenure. These legendary figures were instrumental in the Colts' success. Players like running backs Eric Dickerson and Marshall Faulk graced the roster in earlier years. General manager Bill Polian was a key architect of the championship teams. Coach Tony Dungy provided steady leadership. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison and running back Edgerrin James were offensive superstars. And of course, quarterback Peyton Manning became one of the greatest players in NFL history under Irsay's ownership. These collaborations were crucial. The decade from 2000 to 2009 was particularly dominant for the Colts. During these 10 seasons, the team won an astounding 115 regular season games. This was the second most wins in a single decade by any team in NFL history. This sustained level of excellence was a hallmark of Irsay's era. It reflected smart drafting, excellent coaching, and strong leadership from the top. While Irsay also faced scrutiny for some coaching decisions later in his tenure, such as the hiring of Jeff Saturday in 2022, his overall record of success with the Colts is undeniable and impressive. Section 7. A Principled Stand. Irsay on NFL Ethics and Leadership. Jim Irsay was not afraid to voice his opinions on important matters within the National Football League. He believed in upholding certain standards of conduct and leadership among team owners. In October 2022, he made headlines with his public statements regarding Daniel Snyder. Snyder was then the owner of the Washington Commanders. Irsay stated that he believed there was merit to remove Daniel Snyder as the owner. This was a bold and significant statement, as NFL owners rarely call out one of their own so directly. He felt the issues surrounding Snyder were serious enough to warrant such action. Irsay's comments about Snyder came at a time when the Washington Commanders organization was facing numerous investigations and accusations of a toxic workplace culture. He expressed concern about the damage these issues were causing to the league's reputation. His willingness to speak out highlighted his belief that NFL ownership carried a significant responsibility. It was not just about winning games, but also about representing the league in a positive manner. He felt that accountability was crucial for maintaining the integrity of the NFL brand. His stance was noted across the sports world. This was not the first time Irsay had taken a public stand on issues of character and conduct. In 2009, he was vocal in his opposition to conservative commentator Rush Limbaugh's potential involvement in a bid to purchase the St. Louis Rams. Irsay cited Limbaugh's past comments, which he described as inappropriate, incendiary, and insensitive. He believed such remarks were detrimental to the values of the NFL. His opposition played a role in the bid ultimately failing. This demonstrated a consistent pattern of advocating for what he considered to be appropriate standards within the league. Beyond specific incidents, Irsay also engaged in the broader political landscape, albeit more quietly. He made political contributions to figures such as John Edwards and Harry Reid. While these contributions were personal, they suggest an engagement with civic life beyond the confines of football. His public statements on NFL matters, combined with his actions, painted a picture of an owner who felt a deep sense of responsibility. He saw his role as extending beyond his own team, to the health and ethical standing of the entire National Football League. He was willing to be a voice, even when it was uncomfortable. Section 8. Beyond the Field. A Heart for Philanthropy and Community. Jim Irsay's impact extended far beyond the football field. He was deeply committed to philanthropy, using his resources and platform to support numerous important causes. One of his most significant initiatives was Kicking the Stigma. Launched in late 2020 by the Irsay family, this program is dedicated to raising awareness about mental health disorders. A key goal is to remove the stigmas often associated with these conditions. This cause was personally important to Irsay, and he championed it with great passion and dedication. He wanted to make a real difference in people's lives. The financial commitment to Kicking the Stigma was substantial. By late 2022, the initiative had already committed over $17 million. This funding came through action grants and personal donations from the Irsay family. In 2021, $2.7 million was distributed to 16 mental health organizations. In 2022, another $1.4 million in action grants benefited 23 mental health nonprofits. Partner organizations included respected groups like Mental Health America of Indiana, NAMI Greater Indianapolis, Project Healthy Minds, and Bring Change to Mind. These efforts provided tangible support to those working on the front lines of mental health care. In December 2021, the Irsay family further demonstrated their commitment to mental health research. They donated $3 million to Indiana University. This generous gift was designated to establish the Irsay Family Research Institute at IU Bloomington. The institute's mission is to conduct dedicated research into mental health and the stigma surrounding it. This investment in research aimed to create long-term solutions and deeper understanding. Irsay also notably supported former Colts head coach Chuck Pagano, a leukemia survivor. Pagano's annual Chuck Strong Tailgate Gala, sometimes hosted by Irsay, has raised over $12 million for cancer research since 2012. Irsay's philanthropic spirit touched various other areas. In March 2023, he committed to bankrolling the majority of the estimated $15 to $20 million cost to relocate Lolita, a captive orca, from the Miami Seaquarium to her natal waters. Though Lolita sadly passed away before the relocation could occur, his commitment was a significant gesture. He also donated $1 million to the Indianapolis Zoo in November 2022 for a new welcome center. Other supported projects include the Irsay Family YMCA, the downtown Indianapolis Colts Canal Play Space, Riley Hospital for Children, and the Wheeler Mission Center for Women and Children. His generosity was widespread. Section 9. An Indelible Mark, the Lasting Legacy of James Irsay. James Irsay's legacy with the Indianapolis Colts is firmly etched in the annals of the NFL. He transformed the franchise into a perennial contender and a Super Bowl champion. His nearly 3 decades of ownership were marked by bold decisions, passionate leadership, and a deep love for the game. He oversaw an era that brought immense joy and pride to Colts fans. The team's success, including numerous playoff appearances and a historic Super Bowl XLY victory, stands as a direct testament to his commitment and vision. He built a winning culture in Indianapolis. Beyond the wins and losses, Irsay's impact on the Indianapolis community was profound. His philanthropic endeavors, especially the Kicking the Stigma initiative, have had a transformative effect. By focusing on mental health awareness and funding, he addressed a critical societal need. His contributions to cancer research, children's hospitals, and community spaces like the zoo and YMCA demonstrate a broad and sincere commitment to improving lives. He understood that the Colts were more than just a football team. They were a community institution with a responsibility to give back. Jim Irsay will be remembered as a unique and multifaceted individual. He was an NFL owner who was also a devoted music aficionado and a collector of historical artifacts. He was a businessman who possessed a poet's sensibilities, often sharing his thoughts through social media. He was not afraid to be himself, and his authenticity resonated with many. His willingness to speak out on league matters, advocating for integrity and accountability, also set him apart. He was a complex, passionate, and often outspoken figure in the world of professional sports. The news of his passing on May 21, 2025, leaves a void in the NFL and in the hearts of many. James Irsay's journey from a young boy immersed in football to one of the league's most recognizable owners is a compelling story of dedication. His contributions to the Indianapolis Colts, his extensive philanthropic work, and his distinctive voice will not be forgotten. He leaves behind a legacy of success, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the things he held dear. His mark on the team, the city, and the league will endure for generations to come.